Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and what date is today?
12th?
The 11th
11th.
of February, Tuesday, 11th of February, in the John Hume War Room. I'm in. Today's special guest is long-time contributor. He's been on loads of podcasts in the past. He has been on with the Mind Guy most recently quite regularly. My pride and joy, Dylan Thomas O'Sullivan McCarthy, my firstborn son, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, give him a round of applause, lads. Come on, hey!
Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome.
Question for you.
Okay.
The John Hume War Room. Who's John Hume?
John Hume was I'm going to call him a patriot who was heavily involved in the peace process. Even though I think he was unionist background, so he would have been, we'll say, for want of for people who are not familiar with the politics, on the Protestant side, right? But he was a very peaceful man, and he was very much involved in the peace process in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
And we were down here playing Risk inside in this room, myself, Dom, Tyke, Sully, and Claire, and we were playing Risk, which is a game about world domination, and it was Dom christened this room the John Hume War Room, which was an ironic title because John Hume was all for peace and we were playing a world domination game.
You've been calling it this room that for a while now, so I was always wondering who John Hume was. So yeah, thanks for giving me that insight.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I have a tendency to continue. Like, I used to call this the padcast for years. Welcome back to the padcast. Do you remember that?
I remember that actually. You don't call it that anymore.
I'm trying not to. Do you know
what was the reason for calling it the padcast?
Because
to kind of stand out?
No. I wish I had an intelligent reason for it. The reason was on the very, very, very first episode, I was nervous as fuck, right? I was doing my podcast during the lockdown, and I was doing the first podcast, and I was like, hello, everybody, welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. This is my podcast. So then I just went, it's a padcast, and I went all in.
I think I actually remember that.
Yeah.
Like the way you go, it's a podcast. I remember that now.
Yeah, I'm not doing podcasts, I'm doing podcasts. Welcome to my podcast, the very first podcast.
Right.
So
you should keep it. You should keep it as the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
Very authentic, you know.
It is authentic. I think sometimes when I'm writing blurbs for episodes and I put down podcast, I think people are going, this fucking nincompoop is spelling. Why am I going to listen to his podcast? He can't even spell it right. He's spelling padcast. But they won't know the backstory.
Yeah. So now they know if they're listening.
So now they know. So maybe I'll just say it on the padcast as opposed to writing it on the podcast.
Is your foot itchy?
I don't know. I'm just giving it a bit of a scratch.
Yeah, I kind of noticed there.
Yeah. I'm just. Do you ever like just kind of scratch something?
Get very itchy toes actually. So
Your toes get itchy.
I'd say it's from the saunas or the jacuzzi inside.
Are you sauning every day at the
Most
moment?
days, yeah.
Yeah. How long are you staying in there?
About 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Yeah.
Are you working out a lot now at the moment?
I suppose I am, yeah. Work, spinning classes. I had to take part in those, and then just kind of keeping fit then for the soccer and the football that's starting up again. So doing something pretty much every day, really, to be honest.
Are you?
Yeah, every day now I'll be at some sort of activity.
And you saw there before we started this particular podcast, I was showing you the rehab that Danny has given me for my
Lower back.
My lower back. Do you do much preventative exercise? Do you know?
I would say that a lot of my training would be preventative. So I don't really lift heavy weight. Like I wouldn't really lift heavy weights now. A lot of my training at the moment now would be to, as you said, prevent injuries.
Really?
So like I would do a lot of lighter weights, focus on more mobility rather than lifting heavier weights. So ever since I hurt my ankle, a few years back, I've kind of my idea towards training in the gym now would be kind of more towards rehab exercises or prehab, avoiding injuries, trying to keep the body.
Is that a thing, prehab?
I suppose I kind of.
Did you coin that?
I didn't coin it. I just kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't coin it. I've heard it elsewhere.
Okay.
I think it's a thing.
Yeah. No, but it's the old saying. What is it? No, what is it? Fucking. What is it? Something is better than cure. What is it? Prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
What's that one? It's not prevention is better than cure.
Is it not?
Or it is, maybe it is, yeah. Yeah, prevention is better than cure. Maybe that's the old saying, I'm not sure. I'll have to Google it. But it is, like, if you can prevent yourself from hurting yourself, that clearly is better than being out for 6 weeks with a fucking ankle ligaments.
Couldn't think of anything worse now than being able to not play,
Really?
Yeah.
Are you as obsessed as you always are?
Oh, big time, yeah. Like I'd nearly go through, well, not nearly, I go through my whole week waiting for a game at the weekend, like, you know,
Yeah.
soccer. Like it's just nearly at the focal point of my mind. Like,
Of your mind, right?
yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, my son is plays with Boher Celtic, local soccer team. They've got to the cup final, the Saxon Cup final. It's on the 30th of March in St. Coleman's Park. Big deal. That's a professional soccer pitch. Cove Ramblers are a League of Ireland, Premier League of Ireland club. I've gone to quite a few Cove games down through the years. Danny was physio for Cove years ago.
Oh, yeah.
When you were only a grasshopper, and I used to go down and go to a good few Cove games. St. Coleman's Park, it's wide open, but it's a proper
stadium.
It's a proper stadium. It's a League of Ireland ground, like, you know, so it's prestigious as you can get, you know. So
it's nice to get to play in a, you know, I suppose a high standard of a pitch, you know. Like you've gone to a few games now and you can see in a lot of those places like the level that we're playing at, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what level we're playing at, we're giving it our best, but like the standard of field or pitch,
yeah,
it's not great. No,
it's
like
not great.
Like there's bobbles and there's, you know, there could be a slant on the field, you know.
Well, he played a match there recently up in Farnree, and I did it, and I walked around the perimeter of the pitch, and there was jewellery, there was a vape, there was a used condom. There was a used condom on the pitch, on the side of the pitch.
It's a Sunday league now in Ireland.
Sunday league. And that was just one pitch, you know. I've been to, like, anytime I'm videoing any of your matches, I'm always walking around. It's not, well, you see, that was just an open, they're the Farnree fields, like, they're open to everybody. There's a soccer match on there for 3 hours on a Sunday or 2 hours on a Sunday. But then after that, it's open to anybody to go in there, like, do you know what I mean? Not like, we'll say Killavullen or Ballyclaw or Mallow.
Rural places where, you know, people...
Well, the GA pitches, like, it's closed now at the moment, for example. You couldn't go in there even if you wanted to go in there. Most pitches in Ireland, they're closed because they're looked after. There's a grounds person there. Yeah. They're like, we don't want people going and trotting on it now during the winter and fucking getting it all mucky and shit so it'll take all year to recover.
Yeah.
That's the exact opposite in soccer. I find it fascinating going to the soccer matches compared to the GA matches because you're all this, like, you're just young men, like, but your love is soccer. And I find sometimes I'm kind of going, it's kind of lousy on you, you know. You don't have the...
You mentioned that actually in the last video, so you kind of felt bad for us players.
Yeah.
Why do you feel bad for us players?
Because it's like, you know, not every place has dressing rooms, for example, you know.
Yeah.
So if you play for Ballyclaw and you're playing a home match, you know you can have a shower afterwards.
Yeah.
You know,
most, I'd say 95% of the pitches you go to in the GAA is kind of a prerequisite. Like,
prerequisite. You know, you can go for a shite. You mightn't have any bog roll, but you could bring your own bog roll.
Like, I have to bring bog roll out to these away games because you just don't know what you're getting.
You don't know what you're getting, like. And these are things like you'd be nervous beforehand, like, and like I see it with comedians sometimes, like comedians, like 20 minutes before they go on stage, they'll have to go for a shit. Do you know what I mean? Because
they're the same with soccer players, like, you know, if they have a coffee or something, or they have a large meal, you know, for breakfast or whatever, like, you know, to try and fuel their session or something, like, you know, and they get a bit nervous then before a match, and, you know, they can't really go for shit in some of these pitches, like, you know.
They have to hold
I'm actually, like, at the moment now, before games, I'll try not to eat a whole pile, you know, in case
the urge comes,
like, and I'd rather play almost on I wouldn't say an empty stomach, but, you know, I'd rather play with a feeling of, I suppose, less fullness rather than having to go in a game, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
and you know what? That's shit because, pardon the pun, because, but it is because you want to fuel properly and you want to be, like, if you have to defecate, like, do you know what I mean? But you still want the fuel in your body to transition into energy when you're on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So
another thing I'm trying at the moment, I'll be quite nervous, like, before matches. I don't know, I just feel like I'm a bit of an anxious person in general, like work or before matches, you know. It probably should, like, it just doesn't help it being nervous, but I probably have I wouldn't say a dependency, but I drink a lot of caffeine, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously a downside of caffeine, you know, if you're already an anxious person, not even jittery, but, like, you know, it would heighten your senses of anxiety. But then the other side of caffeine, then, you know, there's the health benefits, then, you know, your slower rate to fatigue and things like that. So, you know, having a coffee or an energy drink, I drink that for the pro side of things. But then obviously it's affecting me in a negative way because, you know, it's probably heightening my state of anxiousness, you know.
Yeah, I'm fucked with coffee, man. If I have a coffee a day, it's okay. If I have any more than one coffee, I can feel it all day. If I've and I'm like yourself now, right? But before Christmas, like I've been trying to get healthy now since Christmas. You know that I've been talking, you know about the carnivore and all that kind of carrying, right? So I've been trying to get healthy since Christmas. But before Christmas, it was not on, like, especially when you're, like, I don't know, I did maybe 250 gigs last year, 300 gigs last year. Like, well, no, I did definitely did 250 gigs last year.
Yeah.
And they're flattening. Like, you go out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was last week for me now. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And long drives, high euphoria from when you come off stage, right? That lasts well into the night.
Okay.
And that's fueled extra then before Christmas, because I'd be so tired from going from gig to gig. An hour before I go, I'd fucking flatten a Red Bull. And I love Red Bull.
Like at the moment now, with the mornings now, I work, so I'm up early. So the first thing now I'd have would be a can of Monster now. It was 150 milligrams on that.
So bad.
9 o'clock comes in, I'm down to Centra to get a cappuccino or a flat white. So that's like 9, half 9, that kind of way. I do another class then most mornings at 11. So I do that class. Then I'll have another can of Monster, another form of energy.
Oh my God, Dylan.
So by the time half 12 comes now, I'm after 2 energy drinks and a coffee.
Oh, Dylan.
That's almost like a day-to-day basis now.
Fucking man, I didn't know you were ingesting. That's
massive,
so bad for you. Like, that's bad for your heart as well, brother.
Oh, but that's a day-to-day.
Okay, we'll have to look into trying. So
Go to some rehab center, like.
No, but no, that's just bad for your health, man. That's just bad for your health. I'd be worried about with that.
No, I wouldn't worry.
Well, tough shit. Okay, you're not
Don't worry about that now.
No. So we'll have to look into that. So is it when you wake up, right?
Okay.
On a like, is that every day?
Well, I do at the moment. Well, not at the moment, but most weeks I do 4 early mornings.
Yeah.
So like by Wednesday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, I'm up at 6 a.m. By Wednesday, then I'm quite tired now from the 2 mornings straight.
Yeah.
Monday, I'm fine.
I think you're like me. I'm not a morning person.
I am a morning person.
Yeah.
I'm much for a morning person. I like getting my work done and then having the afternoon and the evening to myself.
Okay.
Then, like, I hate Thursdays because I'm in at 3 o'clock, so I'm kind of waiting to go into work all day. You're kind of watching the clock. You can't really relax. You can't really enjoy your Thursday. Then 3 to 11, then is your shift inside in the gym. But I much rather the Monday to Wednesday because it's 6 to 3.
Yeah.
And then you can just plan about your day then, you know.
So when you wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock.
Let's run through that, right? You get up, right?
Get dressed.
You get dressed.
Drive to work.
You drive to work straight away.
Straight to work, yeah.
Do you not have any breakfast before you leave?
No, I don't actually have a breakfast either.
Okay, so well, that's okay.
My breakfast will be around 12 o'clock.
So can I make a suggestion, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So you get up, you drive to work. You have a can of Monster at work.
At work, yeah.
So before you leave the house, get a pint of water, all right, and scull it. All right, just scull the water. Okay. Go to work. By the time you go to work, you'll have to have a piss. Do your best not to have the Monster at all. Your first Monster. Wait a second now. I have something, right? Wait a second. What time do you have your flat white? 9 o'clock?
About 8:30, 8:45.
Half 8, 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So do your best. This is for mental toughness as well, right? Do your best. I'm having a pint of water here now. When you've the urge for it, you go for another pint of water. Can you get water inside? You have loads of water inside.
Oh yeah, there's fridge full of water.
But see, count the pints. This is a thing. There's a thing in this when you're counting the pints. You're like, I'm on 2 pints. Like, this is my 4th pint of the day now.
See, I was never a big water drinker either, you know.
I'm not either, but when you force it into you, it hydrates you as well, Dylan. That caffeine will fucking kill you, man. All right, and those doses on a regular basis, it'll kill your anxiety. Like,
that's the thing of it. When I go back to soccer, I'm trying to wean off it before the matches. So like I would normally, or in the past, would have had a kind of Monster for the positive things, for the mental clarity, the mental focus, the lack of time to fatigue. But I'm kind of thinking like maybe I'll be fine, you know, without the kind of Monster, because I think it's impacting just the feelings of anxiety for the games, you know, that kind of thing, like, you know. So lately now, like, whenever I have a game, I'll try and cut it out, like, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
But like for work then, you know, on a weekly basis, then I'll have what I just told you, the 2 cans and a coffee.
No shade now. No shade by me. Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone has their own fucking crutch. Mine is cannabis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no shade at all.
Yeah.
But like,
sure, whenever I'm on a holiday, I'll indulge in the cannabis, and I only have positive effects for myself then, like, you know? Yeah. It's pity it's illegal in Ireland, you know?
Yeah.
Because if it was legal in Ireland, then
you'd be on at fucking morning, noon and night.
I wouldn't say that now, Kate.
You'd be like, come here, Gary. Put me in full forward or fuck yourself, kid. To the ref.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm very medicinal in mine but I'm the same. Like, it's so fucking anxious, and coffee exacerbates my anxiety.
Exacerbates.
Like, and it really fucking does. And there's ways around to trying to get it. And what I would say, the worst thing you could do is drink a can of Monster first thing before anything in the morning. If you put 2 pints of water into your body and say, I'm holding off till and say, I'm going to have it at 8 o'clock. I'll have my flat white at 8 o'clock. And just see how that helps. And then you're just, at least you're getting rid of one can.
It's not even the dependency on the caffeine, it's just the flavour. Like, I don't drink it for the caffeine as well. Obviously it gives me the energy kick and the energy boost, but I just enjoy
the flavour.
The coffee flavour. I enjoy the particular candle.
Do you enjoy the anxiety? The long lingering anxiety. So like a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like is you're writing checks that your body doesn't want to fucking cash, like, do you know what I mean? You're like, fucking, let's write that check out. Do you know what I mean? Do you enjoy the anxiety enough to say, do you know what, the 15 minutes or the 10 minutes I'm drinking this, is it worth the 4 hours anxiety? Look, I fucking don't want to be preachy, actually. Let's fucking move off. I don't want to be preachy because I just would be worried now about you saying that to me.
You don't need to worry anyway.
Well, I am going to, so tough luck.
Anyway.
Tough luck. Reebok shoes and Adidas socks then?
Yeah. You're going for the baggy look then, you know, it's kind of going matching nice. You know, the black pants, white socks, white laces, black
Did
runners.
you put much effort into your get up there now today? Because you look kind of stylish.
I did, I'd say. Well, I was very cold this morning and I was wearing shorts, so I said, you know what, I don't want to go up to the car this morning, it's very cold, so I just decided to put on these baggy pants. These were down from €120 on TK Maxx. I got them for €30. They're in this folk. Very, very happy with it.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Very nice. Kind of baggy, roll up the ends, kind of going for the...
Stand up there and give them a look on the camera. Give them a look at us. Yeah.
So,
and put the foot up on the chair here. Look, see, watch this now, lads. He's them rolled up now like the young fellas.
You know,
that vibe there.
That kind of thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of going for the socks tucked into the tracksuit pants then. What are they? Are they Donna, are they? There's Donna and there's Under Armour and then there's kind of a fleece going on and then you got another fleece up here then, that kind of thing. Like, yeah. So, yeah.
Let's get back to the fucking anxiety.
But yeah, you're looking very well dressed yourself.
I don't think so.
They're well groomed. Do you want a good beard band
I
again?
had a shower this morning and I have this lovely beard soap stuff. I can't remember the name of it.
West Park Beard Company, is it?
No.
Different crowd.
No, different crowd.
It's looking nice. It's looking kind of majestic almost. Yeah.
Majestic?
Yeah.
He's got a majestic beard.
Yeah. I can't grow a beard. Still, 26. Like, you know, it'll come in like trickles, you know, that kind of way.
I couldn't grow a beard till I was around 30, Dill. And how I used to grow, because I always wanted to grow a beard, is I would just see what you've got going on there now, right?
Bit of stubble, like.
I would just go, okay, I'm not touching that now for 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't care if it looks ratty. And then in 2 months' time, shave it all off and I'd go again. And that's literally how I got my facial hair to grow over about 3 or 4 years. Yeah. But you're working in a kind of a grooming, like, you know, you have to look well. And
I think you kind of look younger as well if you don't have facial hair.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If I shave this, like I am 47, if I shave this off, I'm
41,
42 maybe. Yeah. You know, definitely.
Their carnivore diet's definitely helping as well in terms of the weight loss, you know. Yeah. Calorie deficit and all that kind of thing, like, you know.
Yeah. I don't know what I would recommend it if you like food. Like, I fucking love food, man. I was telling you there earlier on, I broke last week. I got a Hillbillies.
Do you want to really go into the adjectives that you use to describe what the gravy was like, or will you avoid that?
All I said is their gravy is so good that if you dipped your cock, if someone else dipped their cock into it, and you know, you'd like be like,
you give them.
I'd probably fucking suck it. Like, I'd be like, well, I wouldn't, like, you know.
This is a conversation now that my 47-year-old dad had at me about maybe an hour ago. Do you know? You
were kind of agreeing with me though, in a kind of a, like, you were agreeing with the principle of the point, like.
I suppose I was just kind of like...
It is beautiful. They're fucking, their gravy sauce.
It's definitely one way of putting it anyway, do you know what I mean? It's just one extreme. But yeah, you know what? Fair enough. It's nice gravy. Yeah. So, Dylan, what are we in now? We're 20 minutes in.
We're coming up to
19 and 38 seconds.
I can't see it all, man.
Yeah, just under the 20-minute mark.
Just under the 20-minute mark. So what's going on? Like, how is life? Like, tell me a little bit about, there's a lot of new people listening to this podcast, right? So tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you?
26.
26. When you're 27, May the 10th, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, see? Pretty good dad. 1998. Yeah, oh yeah. 2008.
Very good.
Yeah. What star sign are you?
Don't know. That's one thing people always like.
You don't know
Why?
what star
What?
sign you are?
No, I don't. Why does it make any difference? Like,
Well, apparently I'm Aries, and I think I fit my star sign. This will be interesting now. All right. I'll do Aries first of all, and you tell me whether you think it suits me.
is it nonsense though? Like,
I don't know. Hey Google, can you explain what Aries sign means? So she'll read it out here now. Well,
According to Allure, this sign is ruled by Mars, the dynamic red planet named after the Roman god of war.
I do not.
Accordingly, these courageous rams are always armed and ready for battle. Aries is known for an explosive temper, and although their outbursts don't last long,
actually.
it's definitely best to avoid fiery rams until the steam has dissipated.
You have a very short fuse, actually, I must admit. So that would be correct there now in that sense.
And here is a more, we'll say, balanced view of Aries people. Aries people are bold, energetic, full of vitality, charismatic, fun, lively, passionate, and driven by their hearts and desires. They have to feel all in on something to succeed in it. But when they are unstoppable. They thrive on competition, challenges, targets, and rivalry. That's what they're saying Aries is.
Yeah.
I think that's not exactly me, but it's not far off me.
No.
So let's just see. So, hey Google, if you were born on the 10th of May, what star sign are you?
According to Britannica, in astrology, Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, considered as governing that portion of the year from about April 20th to about May 20th.
Taurus. So let's see what a Taurus is. Taurus. Hey Google, can you describe what Taurus people are like? Oh, that's fucking tourist. Hey Google, can you describe what the star sign Taurus people are like? Yeah, we got it.
According to Star, Tauruses have a regal quality about them. They are graceful and diligent laborers. They can be stubborn,
Yes,
headed,
yes,
in their ways.
definitely.
They are also great listeners and very dependable.
Yes and yes. So let's see let's get a more
Balanced,
more balanced view in that. So Taurus, a resolute character, 100%. Pragmatism, yeah. Patient and love of luxury make them loyal, heartfelt, loving, and soothing to be around. Load of bollocks really now.
Yeah. That's why I never really paid any heed to it.
Well, you are a resolute character. You are very pragmatic. Are you patient? I think you're not too impatient. You're not- I wouldn't say that you're the most patient person in the world, but I wouldn't.
Did you say you got a lot of patience?
No.
Yeah, I think I kind of inherited that from you.
Yeah, I've no.
My mum didn't, on the other hand, has a load of patience.
Your mum is very patient.
Very patient.
Yeah, so maybe you have a bit of both of that. You have a love of luxury. Do you like luxury? But sure, who doesn't fucking like luxury? Like, I would love a few butlers.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'd love a full-time masseuse. Imagine having your own cook.
Wouldn't go astray. Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do my calves tonight there, Pierre. What's that you have in the tub? Hillbilly's curry? Hillbilly's gravy? Why are you lathering it on your cock, Pierre?
Oh, you fuck's sake, like. Moving along swiftly.
Taurus,
Pierre's cock.
yeah, Taurus, I don't know. So tell me now, we'll finish up. I'm going to talk to you about the GAA, right? We're talking about soccer. So growing up, you played for Ballyclaw.
From the age of 10 till about 21.
Till about 21. You played hurling and football till you were a minor.
Hurling until I was minor, yeah.
You were a minor. And then
Carried on to football for a little bit longer.
And you carried on to football then for a little bit longer. You were touching off the junior A team. You were on and off it there for a small bit. And then you just kind of grew disenchanted with Gaelic football.
Yeah.
More so, would I be right in saying more so, you didn't become disenchanted with it, but you just became more enamoured with playing soccer.
True, yeah. So I think after COVID, soccer really kind of took over for me.
Yeah.
I loved soccer growing up. The clubs that you brought me out to on the Saturdays was just kind of a thing to, I suppose, enhance your skills and your technique and that kind of thing, like, you know, so I really enjoyed that. I wish from a younger age that I got involved with a club. Like I never played in a club setting. I tried to play with Budapest, alright, but that didn't really work out. I'd say I only played 1 or 2 games, but like from a very young age, I would have liked to have played with in a club sense. Like
Yeah.
I only played clods, which was just kind of drills, and you have a match and you learn your turns and your passes and your techniques. And it was only really as I kind of after COVID when I kind of started taking soccer really seriously. Like I played it when I was at the same time as playing football, but like I would have been 18 and 19. You have matches on a Sunday, you'd be out to Saturday. Do you know what I mean? You weren't really taking it too seriously. Do you know? Right now, like I wouldn't do that at all. Do you know, I was just like it's just 100% at the forefront of my mind. Just soccer. Like, do you know,
Yeah.
just love playing it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And that's cool. And a massive disappointment to me. Because I love GAA, but I have to say, and I'm saying that with my tongue firmly in my cheek, as you well know, because I love going to your soccer matches as well. But this year, I am going to be involved with the Ballyclaw Junior B football team. I'm the banishdor, for whatever that means. Doesn't really mean a whole pile. It just means that I'll be there on the day of the games, picking the team with my 2 selectors, the Mine guy and Jason Clifford. So it's 13 aside.
Is it?
It's 13 aside, yeah.
Is it a new rule?
So no, just the Junior B3 competition is 13 aside this year, which is interesting because I played 13 aside for minor with Ballyclaw, so I know the game fairly well. But it's 13 aside because they're doing it mainly because it's hard to field the teams. It's harder to field those types of teams.
GA pitches are quite long then as well, and a lot of
it's
people
going to
playing
be
Junior B are kind of retired people that love it. You know, it's actually going to be quite tough for them because you know you have to cover a lot of ground. In
well,
football,
it's going to be tough for people who aren't able to cover a lot of ground.
Exactly.
It's going to be very fortuitous for people who are able to run.
Yeah.
Really, you know, and so all of the back. There's going to be a load of space.
You need a higher level of fitness, like, you know, because there's more ground to cover.
Well, it depends on
unless you're kicking the ball, like, you know.
I was just about to say it depends on how you like. At the end of the day, it's Junior B. We're doing it for a few reasons. We're doing it mainly for a bit of crack. For a bit of who's ringing me there now? The doctor surgery. Fuck's sake! I have to take this. Hang on a second, lads. 1 second there. I got
on a loudspeaker.
It is my blood results. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, is this Connor Sullivan?
It is. Yeah. How are things? Can I just ask you one more question before you go there now? So, I got all my bloods done with you in early December. Is that right? Isn't it?
Yes.
So I have been on a new diet now since the start of the year. I've done this. It's the carnivore diet. I don't know if you've ever heard it. No sugar, no carbohydrates.
I know it's the high, like a keto diet, is it?
It's kind of like keto, but it's a little bit more extreme. It's like beef, salt, butter, bacon, and eggs, and a bit of chicken. It's fairly extreme now, and I've dropped a lot of weight. I've lost about 1.5 stone. My wife is on it as well, and I'm off the alcohol as well. So I'm wondering if I come back into you guys in about 6 or 7 weeks' time and got my blood. Would I be able to do a kind of a contrast and compare then from see if it's having any other benefit?
You can do it on request. I don't think you'll see a huge difference, but for definite we can do it.
Okay.
If you think a good result will keep you going, or if you think that a bad result will change your attitude.
Well, do you know what I want to just check? Because I've been a lot of people have been asking me is I want to check my my cholesterol on it, see if my cholesterol has gone up, and obviously that'll be just one of the indicators that I'd like to check on it.
Yeah, that's okay. There's no problem.
Okay.
There's no problem. When you send me the text or leave the message for me, where will you be insured? Then I'll do the letter and I'll make a note saying that you are due to have your bloods repeated in 6 to 8 weeks time.
Amazing, doctor. Thank you very much.
No problem. Don't forget to leave the message then.
I won't, doctor. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That was just 10 minutes of a fucking call there that I thought was going to be 2 seconds. Basically, I've got liver disease, guys. So you heard it all there now. And I've got to go and get a check.
Positive.
Yeah, it was positive. It was positive. Yeah, it was positive. She said I could drink away. That's what I heard.
Yeah. We go for a pint now.
We'll go for a couple of scoops right now, this instant. Yeah, so I don't know what
That was really unexpected.
that was just like, look, listen, if you're still with us, Gahanawa Herfad, you've heard a very intimate phone call there. I did not expect it to go on that long. I didn't expect it to go on that long. But the GA this year, this is why I want to bring it back to, right? We've established your love for soccer, right?
Yeah.
But are you looking forward to it? What are you looking, if you are, what are you looking forward to? What are your expectations? Just your general feeling about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back and play. There won't be, I suppose, the pressure, I suppose, of the junior A's or I suppose the first team of a club. There's a high commitment, especially in the GAA. There's a high commitment expected of people, of players. With this now, there's a lot more of a laid-back approach. You can go and enjoy the game without feeling, as I said, the pressure. There's going to be more crack. You won't have to train. There won't be any pressure to go make trainings. I think with first teams, they train 2 or 3 times a week. And they've got lives, they've got work, they've got families. It probably takes a toll. With this now, is just kind of you don't have to do that. You can just play the sport, enjoy the sport, meet up with your friends at the weekend, give your all, and just have the crack. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because I played it for growing up, and I suppose it's kind of sad in a way that I kind of fell out of playing in it. But so it'd be nice. It's a nice avenue of finding your way back into it, and you never know. Like, I might enjoy it, more so than I, used to. I might start to enjoy it a bit more again. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping it's going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope that it's going to be like, all my friends are playing, and all my friends, your godfather's going to be playing.
Yeah.
Danny, the mine guy, good friend of yours and mine, he's going to be playing. He's a selector as well. It'll be a laugh. We'll have a bit of crack.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm actually hoping for.
Are you ambitious about it? Are you?
I'll tell you now. My mindset is very simple on this. Okay. We got the fixtures there. The first match is against Budfont, right? And sure, me now. Like absolutely hate them, and I just want to win that game now, no matter what. So it will be all fun and games and crack. And there, as you said, there'll be, like, I think we might meet once beforehand for the players who haven't kicked the ball in anger in 4 or 5 years, just to hand-eye coordination. So we might do one training session, but it will be a very handy session. But that literally will be it.
That's all.
And I'm hoping that we'll go. There'll be fun in the dressing room. There'll be crack. There'll be banter. There'll be slagging. But the minute you walk over the white line, you'll be having the jersey on you, and I'd be like, and the minute the referee blows the whistle and you go over the white line and the referee blows the whistle, we're trying to win the game within that 60 minutes. Yeah. We're doing our best to win that game. And if you can only go for 20 minutes, that's grand. We'll bring on Peter for the next 20 minutes. And if he has only 15 minutes, we'll bring on Jason for the next 50. Do you know that kind of way? Yeah. It's like there'll be because no one has given up their huge amounts of time to go training and stuff like that, there'll be no massive commitment from that. But like, at the end of the day, playing games is great fun, but winning accentuates the fun. So we'll be trying to win. If we don't win, it's no big deal. It's Junior B. We haven't put anything into it. But if we win, the crack will be 90. So that'll be the way I'd be looking at it. Each game at a time. If I can pick a good team, it is 13 aside. So if there's 20 people there, that means there's going to be fucking 7 lads on the bench. You're going to bring on 6 subs or 5 subs. So there'll be 2 lads that'll be really annoyed.
5 minutes and a half, is it?
And it's 35 into county.
Okay.
And so
it's a lot shorter than the soccer game.
Oh, sure, it's a third, a third gone out of it, like, so it's 2.
You forget that.
Yeah. You'll be absolutely flying for it because you're playing like 50, 60, 70 minutes most weeks anyway.
Yeah. Probably equates so the actual GA itself, like.
Yeah. So you should be match fit for it. But there will be there might be 1 or 2 lads that don't get a game one week, but then I'll be trying to give them a game then the next week, but it's for everybody. It's for everybody. I am doing it because all my friends are doing it, and it'll be a bit of fun.
That's the only reason.
And we are doing it. I'm doing it for that. Sure, Ballyclaw is my club. I grew up playing for Ballyclaw. Yeah. Why wouldn't I do it for, And
if your only role as such really is just to put 15 or 13 lads out on the pitch, that's your only role really.
Well, I'm going to book. I'll book Carragoo now for a training session tonight, and I'll be sending in an old text. But not really. Like when I was in charge of the junior A team, my God.
You won't be giving speeches and things like that, or kind of
You'd be picking out a team, and you might give a speech. Might give a small bit of a speech, maybe if you're in a semi-final or a final. But no speeches for the first round. I'll be just calling out the team. Out you go out there.
You won't be let's say now 15 minutes before a game now starts, first league game. You won't be there putting out cones and things like that. Will you be doing that?
No, Peter's going to do the warm ups.
Okay, yeah.
So one of my selectors is Peter, and he's brilliant. He's brilliant. So he'll do all the warm ups.
Yeah.
Myself, Peter, and Jason will probably pick the team by who comes in the gate. Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
And I'll call out the team. But Jason could call out the team the next. I don't give a shit who calls out the team. I just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of it, and afterwards we'll like it's on a Ballyclough. We'll go down to Fitz's for a pint and a game of pool.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And there might be a bit of crack.
That's another thing why I fell out of with the junior A's with Ballyclough. And I actually work with a couple of lads from Ballyclough and they all agree. It's like a lot of very good individual players to come out of Ballyclough, but cohesively, collectively, it's actually just not good. Do you know what I mean? Because you'd never, like, I'm talking from my own experience. Like, I would never, after a football game or a hurling game, go out to the pub and meet them for a few pints. That was never me.
Yeah.
You know? And it was agreed upon then by the lads, you know, inside it. You know, it was the same thing, you know, you got your small little kind of groups and they kind of stuck with each other. There was no kind of larger kind of group, you know, where you'd all go out, you'd play your football match, you'd meet up.
There's
with each
cliques in every
cliques, you know what I mean?
But
That's my reason why I fell out of it, because I wasn't able to, I suppose, click with a group. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's my point.
And it would have been harder for you as well because I was bringing you in and out from Mallow. Do you know what I mean? You didn't go to school with any of the boys.
Yeah.
You didn't go to secondary school with them. You didn't go to primary school with them. So they were all. So it'd be harder for you.
And I learned how to drive late, so I was getting lifts off, you know, Barry Mack, and I was getting lifts off the coaches at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, there was circumstances there which didn't enable me to you know, and again.
Well, look,
that would have been a factor that I would have liked to have been involved with outside of the sport as well, you know?
Yeah, and that's a valid reason. And all I say to you is, like, forget about that now. That's gone.
Yeah.
And you're coming along to this one now, and your dad's involved, Peter's involved, Danny's involved. Barry McDermott's going to play.
Is he back?
Yeah. Mike Morgan might be playing. Dan O'Connell said he'd play. There's a load of people that you'll know what I'm trying to say to you. And you're also a lot more mature. And you're a shy guy as well, Dylan. Growing up, you were very shy, do you know?
Yeah.
Didn't help you. No, like, that's grand. Everyone has their own thing, like, do you know what I mean?
Being shy can really have its fucking hardships.
It can be tough, man. It's a tough second thing to be shy.
Yeah.
Like, you probably think that I'm the opposite now to shy, but I actually would.
Don't think you're thinking correctly. I don't think you're shy one bit at all. Then, like, you talk to a wall, like.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you're not shy. That doesn't mean you're. But look, that's a conversation for another day now. All I would say is I'm looking forward to it. We'll have a bit of crack. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. The 1st of March, you said.
The 1st of March. Have I got my phone there, and I'll tell you the teams that are in it.
Yeah, I do, because I only saw the Vodafone game. It'd be interesting to see the other fixtures and who we're up against.
Oh, that was. What about that fucking phone call, man?
Yeah, so unexpected, wasn't it?
Christ almighty. This is 46 minute podcast.
That's typical length of a podcast, though. Normally it's under the hour mark, isn't it? That's normally what yourself and Peter would have gone for.
Okay. All right, 1 second there now, girls, boys and girls. There's so many bloody texts coming into this group now, so I'll actually try and find.
Is that the managerial group then?
I'm in about 2 or 3 different WhatsApp groups now that are talking about the fucking thing. Okay, so we're in Division 3. So Abbey Rovers, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Ballyclough, that's us. Ballyhooly, Bodifant, Grange, Killavullen, and Liscarroll.
Grange out towards Mitchelstown, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're usually that'd be their first team, but they'd be usually bang average. But it'd be their first team, so they'd be also much younger. So they'd be probably up. They'd be average against our first team. They'd give us a good game now, Junior B3. Killavullen, they'd be good. Liscarroll Gales, they'll be handy. Bodifant, they're going to be handy. Like, I mean, Ballyhooly, they'll be handy. Abbey Rovers, I don't know.
There's no real weak team. Do you know if there's any weak team? Do you know, we're probably the oldest team, I'd say. Do you know, the elite lads going back playing. Like
if you I'm gonna. I don't know who we'll have. I don't know who the team will be like, but there's a lot of lads that are like Tommy and Danny and the model. They're back doing road running and everything to try and play this because they want to play football because they grew up playing football and they're in their 40s now and they don't want to play competitive football because they could get injured and they don't want to do the training like you're saying.
Yeah.
But they want in the middle of the summer they want to be able to go out and play with their friends still. Like, it's a fucking beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, like.
Yeah.
And obviously we don't want to get anybody injured or get anyone hurt or anything like that. But like, you know, look, guys, we're going to leave it at that. I'll get you on for an uninterrupted podcast again soon.
Kind of added to it, though, didn't it? It was nice. Like.
Was it a bit long?
I think 10 minutes was a small bit long.
I think I might fucking edit out that 10 minutes into a fucking shorter set for it, like, just like before she goes into the ins and outs of the results. But
that was a bit, not even a bit, but it kind of took it went down a path, I suppose.
It went on a path. It was a journey.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say we might go back. We'll have one more game of FIFA because I feel that the last...
it's 2-1. 2-1.
Well,
2-1.
you know.
2-1. You're Bayern Munich, I was Celtic.
We'll see. Listen, guys, thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe, and definitely subscribe on YouTube. Really, really helps the channel out. And I love you all, and Shtay by the wall. Good night. Oh, and thanks to my fantastic son for coming
Thanks for
on.
having me.
Peace and love.